Hey, coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Today we're going to be looking at using inside zone blocking scheme to run the ISO. Before we get started, remember now, subscribe. Subscribe. If you're watching this and not subscribing, it's like stealing, man. Not giving me any credit for you watching it. Come on, click on the subscribe button. Click that little bell too, so anytime something new pops up or something that you might like. I just got an alert to watch one of my videos. It just popped up because some stuff I'd been searching and it popped up, Football Talk with Coach Chip. So that's the kind of stuff that happens when you like, when you subscribe. And also share it. Share it. I've been on the email this morning with several coaches. Been talking to one guy about one word calls. He wants me to do a video on it. I've made a video about going fast that I sent him a couple of years ago. And then went over some stuff with him, things I've done in the past. That's the kind of thing I'll do. Subscribe to it. Remember, it's siegel.chip@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. But let's get this thing going. Over 1,300 subscribers. And that ain't bad considering the only time I've been able to promote it is pretty much on my social media. Football Talk with Coach Chip on my personal Facebook page and on my Twitter account. Because other people don't want me advertising on theirs, and I understand that, and that's fine too, but they can advertise on mine all they want to. You got a YouTube channel or a podcast and you want to get more people to it, you can put it on my Facebook. That's okay. It's all about, progressing the game, getting better as coaches, and that's why I started doing this back in 20, right before the pandemic struck is when I started. So a little over 2 years ago is when I started. And it was just wanting to create a conversation with other coaches and share stuff and get stuff shared with me and learn. So let's do that. Let's keep going. By the way, school's about to be out as I record this. It is the second week in May of 2022. And I've just announced to the world and now to my YouTube subscribers that I'm done with the classroom. I retired in Alabama 2.5 years ago and came back and did a little bit of half-day teaching and coaching before I jumped across the river over here in Georgia and went back the last 2 years in the full-time teaching and coaching. I'm done, y'all. Okay, it's passed me by. It's like I told the principal when I broke up with him, "Hey, it's not you, it's me." And that's exactly what I meant. It's me. All I want to do the rest of my life is this, what I'm doing right now, sharing with coaches, what I'm going to be doing in a few weeks. I'm going to be going around traveling, visiting with young people, talking to teams, talking to groups of young people, talking with coaching staffs, things like that. That's what I want to do. Also, I'm going to be putting together a package of everything I do. It won't be just this mess that it is on YouTube where it's just whatever I feel like doing. It's kind of a miscellaneous cornucopia, if you will. But I'm going to put together a systematic system. It's going to be set up, I guess systematic system is rhetorical. It's going to be set up in such a way where you can get it and you will set up your offense based on how I've done it for several years now. It's going to be the gap gun system, the gap gun offense, but I'll also include the way I run zone. And that's what we're going to talk about today. But that's in the offing, and I'm going to be coaching football at the Heritage School in Newnan, Georgia. It's up the road about 35, 40 minutes, depending on the traffic from where I live. And just coaching, coaching their offense. And that's been going up there for a few weeks now, a few months really, working with them in the afternoons. And next year when school starts back, I'll be going up there about 2 o'clock every day, fully rejuvenated, full of energy because I haven't been in the classroom all day and using my energy there, and also working on my YouTubes, working on my system. That's going to be coming. All right, let's get started looking at the zone blocking scheme, using it to run ISO. Right here you see diagram right here. This is against an even front, and notice, and I'm going to link it. I hope I should look right there in the upper right-hand corner. I believe where it'd be, it's going to be a link. It'll also be linked up in the comments below about how I run my version of zone. And this is, of course, we'll lock on the back side here. And this is ISO strong. And you see, a block here, a block here. His rule is first man, his side. His rule is in man. his rule is A-gap defender. The guard's rule is first man, his side of the ball. And then his rule, depending how you do it, some people lock it as the default. Some people go to the linebacker as the default. So if you're going to the linebacker or releasing inside for B-gap defender, you'd have to lock him, okay? And you'll wind up getting a combo double team to the wheel, and you're one-on-one here, and you're getting a lead from your H or your F, whatever you call them in your terminology, and you're running ISO. I'm going to show you some video of it later being run very similar, okay? Now here it is, ISO strong versus an odd front, 3-3. Remember what I tell y'all all the time. You can block a 3-3, you can block a 3-4. And so that's why I always just draw it up against even front, sometimes an under front or two. But to me, that's the basic fronts. If you can block those, you can block anything. And if they're in something else, and they're probably not very sound, and you're fixing to gash them anyway. So here it is versus a 3-3 front. Now you see you get a double team here, combo double to here on the left, combo double here to the mic. You're getting a drive turnout right here on the end, and you're coming right through here, blocking the stack backer right there, leaving him one-on-one. I love it against an odd front because you're getting double teams all the way across. You know, you can get all kind of good stuff. And I like also, and we go back and you can look at other things where we package our quick game to make sure this guy is not nosy in here where he can fall in. If he is, then you've got this right here. You got the out hitch. And if he's inside, just tell your quarterback, if he can make the play on the run, throw the hitch. Throw the hitch. And whether or not you want to ride and make it look like a RPO, or you just want to stand up and throw it and get it out, it depends. It's up to you. I like to ride it, stick it in there and ride it, which would make that guy fall in even more, okay? And then come out here and throw it. But this is how I would run the zone ISO. And this is really good against 3-3 teams, those hard-headed defensive coordinators, and I say that with all love and affection, that are going to keep it take an atomic blast to get them out of their stack. You know, they're going to stack it up, stack it up, stack it up. They're going to run that 3-3 stack. And so if they're going to do that, they're really making it difficult. Now, I know it's the same as a 4-2 as far as numbers go, but to me, a 4-2, an even front, is so much easier to block than an odd front. And so it's when they bring 6 guys in the box, okay, and really and truly with over here, they could bring him in because you don't have a slot receiver with the H in the backfield. Again, that's why you have this over here. If they're doing that, you need to throw that joker if that corner's playing off. But if they got the box like that, you need to have bringing the H in instead of having him out here or out here and being a true 2x2. Bringing him in is not going to change the box against most stacked teams, especially high school, because they're going to stack it up. If you go empty, a lot of them are going to stack it up. You know, I've known guys that way. Now, a lot of them will empty it. You know, if you empty it, they're going to bring one out and get in a 3-2. But then you don't have a lead or a lead back in there. It's just a quarterback as your run threat. And you say, well, we can motion. Well, if you motion, they're going to motion. They're going to adjust. And so I like doing this because I promise you, if I put that H right here, all it's going to do is widen out this backer, and they're still going to have a 6-man box, 3-3 stack. And so I love this play against that. Now let's look at it against going to the weak side versus an even front. All right, and I love it this way. Now, what I do, okay, to get that lead, and I'm going to show you some Michigan film where they bring that guy in, and he kind of picks the gap where he needs to insert in just a little bit here at the end of the video. But I want to typewriter motion him over, okay, and then let him lead there. And you said, well, Coach, you said motion if you bring it. Not this motion. This motion will not. They're not going to slide from from a A-gap defender, a 1 or a 2-eye to a 3, and slide him down to a 2-eye or a 1 based on this motion. I really don't believe they will. I haven't seen anyone do it. And if I have, it's been so rare that I can't even remember it happening. So this is what I would do. I would typewriter motion him over. You know what I'm talking about. Shuffle, 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 and boom it right here. Or what you could do is bring him go ahead and turn him parallel to the line, parallel to the sideline, and then make them think you're coming out here, shoo, right there like that. I don't know. To me, this is simple. You come right here and you're running ISO right there on the wheel. All right, now you're getting a drive turnout right here on the 5. You're getting a combo double right here. They're comboing to the mic, okay? So that mic fits up right in here. The center will come off. If he comes over the top and comes in here, the guard will come off, okay? And then that's the only double you have against this even front. And over here on this side, you've got you've got one-on-one and one-on-one. Now, what you could do now, listen to this. You could offset your back, stack him on the same side as the H, put him right here, okay? And let him cross face, still running the ISO. You got your typewriter motion. Nothing's changed except where you put your running back. And you can get a double right here, a true double on the 3, and root his butt right out of there and let the quarterback read the end. You got the same football play. You're running ISO weak, okay? And you're reading the D end, depends on what kind of athlete you have a quarterback. Okay, and you still got your pre-snap access out here, and you got pre-snap access over here if they're trying to be nosy and play this joker inside. But you can do that with as far as reading it goes. All right, let's look at the ISO weak versus the nod. 3-3 again. And you can see the blocking is very similar. And now you're getting a double here, double combo. Okay, drive, whoops, my bad. Drive turnout on the 4 right here on the DN, and you're leading up on the stack wheel backer right here. Okay, again, typewriter motion. Okay, and you can, if you got an athlete that can do it, you can put him over here, you know, and get them to set their front where they're strong to the left. You got, if it's a slanting team and your H can do it, you can rep that thing and him coming right here, okay, right off that double team block, and almost like a kick or a wham on that wheel when he inserts right here. You can do that, okay? And you'll see Michigan do something similar to that. Let's look at some video. I found this video online. This is it's New Palestine or Palestine. It's in Indiana, and they do a great job. And this line's not huge. They're a good sized high school line, but they, you know, I've seen bigger, but these cats are well coached now. They are super well coached. Okay, watch number 7. He's your folder. Boom. He's going to fold right there. You see the double teams? And you see they're in an odd front, 3-4 look. Got this guy walked up, so it pretty much takes the double team out. What I mean by that, because he's being here. Now remember, now I told you they won't change a 3-3 by bringing the H in, but they will, a 3-4 will. You're going to bring an outside backer to the party when you do this, but watch what a great job they do. Probably made a call, some kind of out call, and it let the guard know you got him, okay? And the tackle is going to just drive turnout right here on the walked up backer. All right, so there's no need to double team. The double team's gone. You know what's happening here. If this guy's up here, this guy's probably responsible for B gap. So just let your guard get him, and then let your tackle get him right here. So you got that secured. Those are angles made in heaven. Those are almost like gap scheme angles. All right, you're going to get a combo double here, okay? And then you're going to get a solo here. Now, here's the thing I don't understand. They're in a 5-2 versus this. Somewhere there is a receiver. They must have the safety rolled up, and you can't see it right here, okay? Watch right there. Good. Look at that. Good job right there. That backside outside linebacker, he didn't do anything. He didn't check the quarterback. Here it is from a end zone shot. See him shuffling in? Look at, see, that's what I'm talking about. You can do it that way. They did it too, where he crossed over the H. Watch the H. He's here and then comes in and leads, coming right off the double team's butt. He comes right off the butt of the double teamers. Good. He's eyeballing 52. Boom. Squares him up. Good job. Now, I've never taught. Now, on my kicks, I do teach my guys what shoulder. And on my power, I teach the guard what shoulder. But on ISO, I've always just told that lead blocker, fit up on whichever shoulder and let your running back read your block. Okay, get another end zone side. Here he comes. So they're making them declare strength right here. And again, it's an odd front, so it doesn't really matter. But they got him in what I call a bear alignment, B gap right. And he's going to come right here, right off that double team that's coming here. He's going to come right here and lead up. It's good stuff. Well coached line. Watch them. So they brought him all the way from the outside and folded the H in. That's where you get the ISO. You're isolating him. And I know most of y'all know that. Remember, I got a lot of young coaches and a lot of new coaches that subscribe to the channel. So I'm not going to assume anything. Okay, here he comes, motioning in. Boom, going to lead up on number 7. Good job staying with blocks. That's about a 5-yard gain. That's not bad. Okay. There he is folding from the cross side again, coming off the double team's blocks. So you don't have to typewriter motion him. And Michigan does a really good job. Here they are in a true 20. See, right there. And you're not messing with your line. Remember, I tell you that all the time. Don't mess with your line. They're still zone blocking. Ever how you teach it, they're still zone blocking, and you just got the back leading on the other backer. Okay, here we go again. The guy in motion is not the blocker. Look, he comes all the way. This is good coaching. You'd expect no less from Michigan. All right, he's going to come right here, and he knows he's got him because the line is accounting for everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. This is the one unaccounted for. This is the blocking backs guy. So what he's going to do, he's going to slide over here post snap, and he's going to see where that linebacker fits. If the linebacker had fit in here, and you'll see it on the back shot, he would have come in here, but the linebacker came here. And this guy came in here. And it's not a wham. It's not a zone, like a split zone thing. I mean, it is split zone. In fact, he's coming here, but he's leading. It's an ISO. Because to me, ISO is when you put a back on a backer. Some people call it a bob block, back on backer. Watch, see where see him stop right there in the A? Talking about the blocker. Watch him hesitate at the A. Oh, he's not here. He's not here. I'll go to B. Boom, got him. And it kind of turns into a wham because of that, but he would have led up in the A had he fit. This is a good angle right here, watch. See, he fires right here. Boom, right there. That's good stuff. Good, and this is a ton of inside run. So again, you can see 82, up, he's not in A. Boom, we'll go B. Okay. So that's how you can simply run the ISO without putting any new blocking or anything like that, and just have another play when you really want to run the football and bring another blocker to the party that won't affect too much the defense. Okay. All right. That's it for this episode. Here is a list. You can pause the video right now and take a screenshot or just look at it. These are things I will give you absolutely free. If you're not a subscriber, okay, and if you subscribe, take a screenshot of it and then send it to me at the email address I'm about to give you and tell me which one of these you want. I had a guy the other day that subscribed, and I said, which one do you want? And he says, Coach, I want them all. I think he's like a rec league or like a 10 and under, 12 and under coach somewhere. And I said, okay. And so I just attached all of them. They're come in PDF form. The JET presentation is on a Google Doc or something I got. I don't know how to, I'm terrible at this. I guess for my age, I'm pretty good at it, this technology stuff. But the famous JET presentation, I've added it to the mix. It's a presentation that I've used many, many times when speaking to coaches. I've shared it with coaches over the years. It's been on three different of my computers, four different of my school computers and personal computers at the house. And and I've tweaked it over the years. And of course, it's not the same as it was when I first built it years and years ago. But it is a jet presentation that I've used. I used this presentation at Roger Holmes's clinic several years ago over in Dublin, the Southeastern Wing T Clinic, when I spoke in the hybrid room. And this is the same presentation, and it's been tweaked. And I first started running jet in the '92 season. And so this is 30 years of running the jet that goes into this. So, and what is knowledge worth to you? I mean, what is a little bit more coaching knowledge worth to you, or somebody else's experience worth to you? Is it worth? And if you're already a subscriber, share it again. You've already shared it. You've shared my channel. Share it again. Put it on your Twitter. Put it on your YouTube. Put it on your Instagram. Whatever it is that you use for your social media. If you're not a social media person, you got friends, you got email addresses. Write an email. Say, hey, I've been watching this guy. You know, he knows a few things, and he's got a different approach than some other coaches. Hey, you've been looking for a way to do this. This guy's got, Coach Chip's got some ideas, and take a screenshot of that, or whatever it is you want to do, or send me a copy of the email and say, look what I did, Coach Chip, I did this. Can you send me this? And I'll send them all to you if that's what you want. But this is it right here. Like I said, pause it, and you can see if there's anything on here you want absolutely free. You want to get really deep into stuff, deep in the weeds, so to speak. My book is still out there. That's $20 on Cash App or Venmo. If you're overseas, I've got a PayPal account because Cash App and Venmo do not work on overseas banks. Also, the playbook. I just sold another copy of it, and it was the first book that I did, and it's a basic offense. It's a lot. I mean, it's an entire offense, but there's so much more you can do with an offense. Like, you can put your own passing game in it or tweak whatever you want to do, but it's got a complete run game, complete pass game, play action game, screen game. All of that is in the playbook. I call it my playbook, and it too is also $20. All right, that's been it for this episode of Football Talk with Coach Chip. How you can run the ISO without frigging around with your linemen, still keep your zone blocking scheme intact, what you're repping all the time. Oh, I was about to do a commercial a while ago for inside run. If you're not doing inside run in season, 2-3 days a week, you are shortchanging yourself. I do not care if you are complete air raid. You need to be doing about 10 minutes a day, in my opinion, of inside run, because there's going to come a time and there's going to come a place where you're going to need to knock the snot out of somebody else across the line from you. And if you're not letting your linemen, and that's where they develop that physical mentality during inside run. They don't develop it so much in ID time, blocking bags and doing one-on-ones on the boards, but you get them out there and let them just knock the snot out of each other in that constrained area. Have quick whistles. Don't get your backs beat up. That's fine. And you ought to be videoing it. If you don't have a video guy, stand there with your iPhone and video it, and look back at it. That's how you get better. Years ago, we were still under center, and we ran we had one guy run for 2,800 yards. I think we ran for close to 5,000 that year, 4,800 or something. One guy had 2,800, our fullback, running the majority of it. Probably 1,800 of that 2,800 was fullback trap. And we would do fullback trap every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and inside run. And then we would do belly on one day, down on one day. Okay. But we did trap every day, and we were good at it. And that's how you get good at things. So do that inside run. All right. Contact me at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Join the conversation on Facebook at Football Talk with Coach Chip. And of course, on Twitter, it's at Chip Siegel. Notice how I spell the name. Hey, hit me up if you have any questions. You need anything. By the way, it's getting summertime for me. We're out of school in a week, at the end of this week, really. We get out early because we go to school longer than everybody else around us. And if you're not too far away, I'll come speak to your school. I'll come speak to your football team. Last year, I spoke to entire athletic departments, from the cheerleaders all the way to football team, volleyball, basketball, baseball. They were all there. And I did several others, and, speaking to football teams, speak with your staff. I have a talk that I give that's similar to one I give when I talk to faculties, but it's specific toward football. And I'm going to hit some of those places again, visit with those coaches. Next week, when I'm out of school and some folks are still in school and still doing spring training, I'm going to go visit with some people. I'll come speak to you. And you say, well, how much does that cost? Well, if it's not too far away from me, I just charge you $50, especially if I'm coming to South Alabama. Now, if you're going somewhere else, I have to get a little bit more to justify my gas. Gas is high as a cat's back. But I love sharing with young people. I love sharing with coaches. Hey, until next time, y'all, be elite.